What's up, Fondy? It's Morgan.
And Annika.
Yearbook will be handing out in homerooms on the last day of school on June 5th. You cannot get your yearbook any earlier than 11:50 on that day.
If you have to leave early or cannot be there for any distribution, you can pick up your yearbook in the main office in the summer.
Now, onto a video about culinary.
Here at Fondy High, there is a class designed to help students find their inner chef, led by Family Consumer Science teacher Ms. Schwantes.
This is my 5th year teaching Family and Consumer Sciences. I actually went to Fondy High, so it's a pleasure to be teaching here. And I don't actually have a huge culinary background, but I am pretty passionate about cooking and getting some of these skills for the kids. My favorite part about teaching culinary courses at the high school is helping kids learn and build confidence in their skills. So maybe they aren't the best in textbook-based classes like math or science, but they can really shine in culinary.
My favorite part of this class is when we all had to make different fruits or vegetable dips, and then we all went around and tried it, and it was really nice to be able to talk to each other and get to try everybody's.
My favorite part is the labs whenever we make food.
My favorite part was probably making all the friends that I have learn how to cook too.
Typically, a semester starts with 2 weeks in the classroom, learning about safety and sanitation while in the kitchen.
So lab versus desk work, we're in the lab about once or twice a week, which equates to about 25 recipes a semester, which is excellent, amazing. So.
My most favorite thing that I've made is probably, the cookies, because they were really good. And who doesn't like cookies?
Besides our last lab, I would say focaccia bread, which we made the week before spring break.
Guess I enjoyed the biscuits.
My favorite was when we made our very first lab, which was it Play-Doh?
Yeah.
It was Play-Doh because we got to get to know our group, and we got to be able to get to know each other.
It's really cool to see them from the beginning of the semester to the end and how much they've grown and how much more confident they are.
They taught us how to, cut fruits and vegetables safely, not cutting your fingers, and how to cut right.
Most thing I've used has been knife skills, which was taught week 2 of the class.
Now I can actually use an oven. I didn't know how first.
Mine was probably learning how to recipe read, because sometimes it's hard to be able to understand a recipe when you're looking at a phone, but once you know how to read it, you have to learn, you have to set the oven first and then how to prepare ahead of time.
If you're interested at all in culinary, just do it, just try it. We have semester courses or year-long, and you can still get credits for electives, so it wouldn't hurt to try it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I didn't really think it was going to be all that fun. I thought it was going to be kind of boring, but you're in the lab once or twice a week making good food, so it's fun.
If you're thinking about it, just do it, because it's really fun and you get to know a bunch of people, and in the end you get to eat the food you make.
I guess it's okay to make mistakes, and it's normal. And it's actually good to make mistakes, because then you know what to do next.
Next year, the personal culinary course will be going away. However, there are other family consumer science classes and an alternative culinary course.
So next year we're offering professional culinary skills. That will be a Moraine Park dual credit course. They have a culinary program there that you could jump right in with.
For more information about next year's courses, ask Student Services. This has been Annika and Cooper with Cardinal TV.
What's up, Fondy? It's Isaac.
And Cooper.
And we love sports! Tomorrow, the track team will be racing sectionals at Neenah at 4. Wait, at 4 p.m., give me a... At 4 p.m., the baseball team will also be playing home tomorrow against Nina.
Their game starts at 4:30 at the Youth Baseball Complex. Good luck to our athletes.
And now on to a video about AP classes.
Every year, hundreds of thousands of students sit down to take AP tests. AP College Board states that, in 2023, 1,181,863 students took one or more AP tests, of which about 63% scored a passing grade of 3 or higher. Ask any AP student and they'll tell you that AP classes are tough. They require hours of homework each week and your full devotion. Does the head start that AP classes give you in college outweigh the stress that they put on students?
Well, I think overall the AP classes, are very positive for student development, and I think primarily because it really ensures that you are ready for college, because all the materials from the curriculum to the assessments are pre-made by College Board, and so I don't know that you can get a much closer replication of what's going on in college than in compared to high school.
I believe the AP classes benefit students by preparing them more for the rigor of college. Even if they don't grasp it at the high school level, that initial exposure will help them if they go back to that whatever subject matter that is at the college level.
Many AP teachers agree that it can be very useful to take AP classes in high school and that they get you ready for college rigor and expose you to college materials, and a lot of AP students agree.
I think if you have plans to go into college after school, then you probably should, because it definitely just makes it easier when you get there.
I know everyone's different, like school-wise, but it's a lot cheaper than if you were to take them in college. They're smaller class sizes and your teachers know you, especially if you've had them for multiple years. And since you know them, it's like easier to ask them questions, and you know the people around you, so you can have like discussion with them. It's not as scary.
Mental health issues have been on the rise recently, and school is a big reason behind that. AP classes offer many benefits, as we've seen, but their increased rigor also creates a lot of added stress on top of regular classes.
On the downside of things, I suppose if you take all AP level classes, then that could restrict your ability to participate in some of the extracurricular events, or maybe even do some work outside of school, right? Because these classes are obviously going to take a little bit more time, outside of class to prepare and to excel on them.
The impact on students mentally, it can be very stressful. It all really depends on each individual student. Some students obviously handle stress better than others and are able to manage their time and their schedule better than others. I generally don't recommend that students take more than 3 or 4 AP or CAP classes at a time, but it's not uncommon for me to have students that have more than that. And it also depends on your outside life too.
AP students from Fond du Lac High School seem to be faring well with their classes, but they also acknowledge that there is a lot of added responsibility.
If I'm busy on one day, AP classes have a lot more responsibility, so if I'm given homework one day, I can't necessarily just skip it because I'm losing out on my chances of doing really well in the AP test, and I don't want my teachers to be disappointed in me because they obviously have a lot of expectations from you. But the teachers also know you have other classes, so it's definitely reasonable. I don't think it's too bad.
For the most part, it's pretty easy as long as you have like a schedule and you make sure you know what's due and when.
According to College Board, AP students, including those with an average score of 1 or 2, are more likely to enroll in a four-year college compared to academically similar students who did not take AP classes in high school. On average, 15% more AP students than non-AP students are enrolled in a four-year college. The data shows that AP classes must have some benefit on high schoolers, and current AP teachers and students seem to agree.
Overall, I do think AP classes are worth it to take. The ability to amass college credit in high school is just going to give you such a tremendous advantage that in the end, I would definitely be taking advantage of AP option.
I think it really depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to just, get exposed to the material, then absolutely, if that's what you want to go into. If you know what you want to do, then I would say yes, absolutely, you should try to do some of those. But there is a lot of stress that's put upon it too.
I think I took it definitely for the financial part, because it's a lot cheaper to take it now than in college. I'm definitely glad I stick with it because the teachers that teach the AP classes are my favorite teachers ever. It's kind of definitely like a college feel, but you still have smaller class sizes.
AP classes have many pros, but also many cons. However, it does seem that AP students and teachers would agree that the pros outweigh the cons, and that it is important for high school students to take AP classes. This has been Kristen Clapper with Cardinal TV.
That's all we have for today, Fondy.
Remember to leave a like and subscribe, and remember,
roll cards!